Hi, so welcome to my third video in this series of this order management application done with cuba-platform, and this time it will be hopefully a short one. I got a request to take a look at some internationalization features and how this is done in Studio or in Cuba in general. And I just created an issue for that. So basically I switched over from Wunderlist to this issue trigger from Github, so that you are able to just create issues if you want to see something happen or stuff like that. So for now, we'll take a look at this one here, make order management available for German language. This is obviously just an example, but I think you will get the point. So as a German-speaking user of the system, when I interact with the system, I want all the business-related terms to be translated to German language. Okay, so when we take a look at how this might work, we can actually first of all take a look at the project properties here from this application. And cuba-platform, just like a lot of other frameworks in the Java ecosystem, use these properties files to extract the texts that are used throughout the application, and to make more than one language available to the users, we have this available locales here, and currently there's only English, and we will here go and create another one which is called German. Let's just do it like that. And when you'll see here that it will change two files, so let's just take a look. We have those two files, and it actually just sets this property here, and for the web app config as well, just like that. And so how do we actually change some values here? We can actually go to the data model, for example, and go to the customer entity. And normally Studio has this icon here, which indicates that you can define different values of locale names. This one here as well. So let's go to the name of the entity in this case, and what you can actually see is that it will write down two files. So the normal one is the message.properties without an indication of the code, and for the German one we have this code _de, and we can just insert this stuff. So let's just do it. In this case, name is the same, and we can actually as well take the other properties here into consideration. Okay, when we click OK, then we actually see it has written a message _de properties file. So let's take a look what changed. You'll see here in the globals, in the globals Gradle module here, for this package entity, you have now two properties files. One is messages.properties containing the English version, and one with the _de, which has the corresponding information in German available. So these properties files normally live in every directory or in every package, we should say. So, for example, in this web package, you have this messages properties. We have some global messages defined. We could just copy it, and yeah, let's just do that. And then we will just change it. So just like that. And with that, we should actually have just another language available for this translations here. And we can actually go on and see in every sub package there will be this properties files that you can where you can basically, for every language that you want to support, just add other property files and then just create your translations right in this application. So if we do it like that, we can actually have a look if it already works. So I will just restart the application. So the application is loaded, and when we log in, we don't see any changes. And the reason for that is that we currently, the admin user is set to the locale of English, and we can, I think we can actually change it here in the settings and define the German language. This is just was added because of the fact that we added it to the app.properties, and let's just do it like that. And once again, if we log in, then we see it has the German translation for application, and stuff like that. And you will actually see the first name is replaced, the birthday is replaced. What is not replaced is this title here, and the reason is that I did not create a proper file, so let's just do that for the UI part. And so you will actually see when we go back to Studio that it will. It might not be the case that it's actually hard deploying it because I didn't do it via this UI here. So let's take a look. Perhaps we are lucky and it worked. Yeah, it seemed to just worked even without the fact that I went through this UI to create this properties file. So we see Kunden here, and we will see all information located in German. So one additional thing that we can do is when you go back to the project properties here, is that there's a check mark locale settings visible, and we can check that as well. So let's just do that, and you will see it once again changed this file here. So let's take a look, and it would just set this property here, which the framework will pick up and hopefully show us some language dialog before we even log in. So let's just restart the server and see if it works. Okay, application loaded, and we see now here the picker of which language we want to use the system. So this is just another option for the user to select. You can also, if you go to the user section here, I think there was a possibility to change the language for this user by default. Yeah, and with that, I think we have covered at least the topic that the user should be able to see the business-related information in German or in another language. But then we have other stuff. So, if, for example, we have this whole reports thing here, and we have this whole administration menus with users, access groups, and roles, and stuff like that. But not only that, it's also, if you go to the customer screen, you have something like this filter pane here where you can add search conditions, stuff like that. So this is a little bit more problematic because, first of all, it's a lot to actually write down in your own language that you want to support. But it's also somewhere hidden in cuba-platform itself, so we have to find out how to do that. Luckily, there's already a working way of doing that. So when we head over to Github and search for cuba-platform/translations, then you will see a GitHub repository here which contains all the translations that are available for the different languages that have been pulled together by the community. And you can select a specific branch which normally goes through the minor release. So you have, for example, 6.8, and when you go to that, let's see, we have something like this German translation here, and yeah, we can just, I don't know, go through some properties file and just have the correct translation for, or the more or less correct translation for like this whole platform. And as you see, when you go to content, once again, you see it's not only for German, but it's also Spanish, Italian, from the Netherlands, and so on and so forth. So yeah, actually there are quite a lot of languages already supported. You can go and check out how to copy that over to your own application to make that work. One other thing that might be even easier is the fact that sometimes there have been so-called application components created which contains only the subpart that is relevant. So for example, when you go 6.8 and then content and then DE, it will basically be an application component that will just contain all the files, and you can just import it as an application component into your running application. And let's try. I'm not sure if it still works, but back then there was already existing application component for the German translation, and we can actually just give it a try. So we will head over to the command line. In this case, I will do a git clone and then this repository here. So what we have to do now is that we have to open this application once, so this application component via Studio. So let's just import that. Yeah, and as we see, it's quite outdated, so we might get a problem. Let's see what we can do. No thanks. So what we can do here is the mechanism to install an app component to our local system, and we will just do that. What this will basically do is just copy over the binary files, or in this case the property files as one or more jars, into my local Maven repository. And now what we can do is that we will add custom components in this case, and it will search for all existing custom components. So when we go here, we see something like translation German, because we already installed that. And yeah, this is the warning regarding the version number. I think we can even try. So let's give it a try, and if it works, everything's fine. And we should be able to see our running application with the complete administration menu and filter and all this stuff translated into German. Okay, application is loaded. Let's just select German. And as you already see, there's some changes here. This is all comes from the already existing application component that we just used. So you have not reports anymore, but it's called Berichte. And when you go to the customers, you will see filter, and it's not add custom conditions or something like that, but rather filter hinzufügen. And basically you see everything is just completely translated into German language. So that was quite easy, but it's not for every language that there is an existing application component. I think in the future there will be more, so that it eventually might get very, very easy to just pull in different languages into your application. And one trick that I want to show you as well is the fact that IntelliJ in particular has quite a good resource bundle view, which is you can just go to one file and change here to resource bundle. Then you will see the different files, just as we saw in the Studio UI. So yeah, if you want to do mass translation, then it's always good to have the base language here, so you can actually do the changes and don't lose the context very much. Okay, so I think we got most of the stuff covered. Let's see, we changed, yeah, a little bit. Let's just do a git push to the corresponding issue. Okay, was that? We take another look. Yeah, so then with translation, with German translation, we should be ready to close this issue. With that, I would also like to close the video for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye.